Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I am Captain Beefy with Game Ball here today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. Also, don't forget to leave a comment and a like on the video down below. If you enjoy what you're watching today,
That Harold is bad in all of Norway.
and share us on social media. So we're going to go in and meet up with Sigurd now.
Those soldiers. Who would he? Let's move on.
See what the main story.
Two days ago, we do not celebrate. But it did not be like this. We are not the subject of our king. We are the our destiny is our own.
No, father to Harold?
In Norway. We push forward to newer lands. To England. And there make a new home. A kingdom of our own.
The sons of Ragnar Lothbrok have been in England 8 winters already. Is there any land left for a clan of our size?
More than enough, wife. Of the 4 kingdoms of England, only one is truly pacified.
I have no desire to wear Harald's leash. I like this idea.
A saga for the ages, I agree.
It will take time and resources to build ourselves a new home, but the riches taken from Kjotve's raid would suffice.
No. That belongs to my father, as a fair compensation. In England, we must start anew.
You would start us with nothing, in a land we do not know, among people who hate us?
Kjotve's riches would go some way to easing our passage, Sigurd. I bested him. It is within my rights to claim his goods.
Our leaving must not be an assault on my father. It is a time of renewal for us.
All right.
If you object, I understand. Let your father keep Kjotve's riches. England will have riches and cargo enough for us.
Good. I did not want this cloud hanging over us. It is a wise leader who considers the need of others.
To England then, before the day is out. Pack what you need, but no more than that.
And tighten your lips. The last thing we need is the attention of Harald's troops.
Well, this is interesting.
How much did you hear?
Enough. A new path is revealed and your journey will be challenging.
Will you not join us?
For my mother's sake, I cannot. But our threads will cross again before the final day. Until then, farewell.
Looks like we're headed to England now. From what I understand, we will be able to come back to Norway later on, so there's really no big reason to stay here. None that I can think of, actually, so what we'll do is we'll go find a little store. Insignia is, but the store is this. Where did I just saw it. Alright, get down. Climbing down on things is a little wonky. blacksmith. There's the store. Okay. Is there anything we can do here? Maybe before we move on?
How can I help?
I guess not. We can make the hunter's bow better, but 56, 45. Yeah, the other one's
Do you
still
need
better, so
anything
forget it.
else?
I will free you from this bond.
And I will be ready when you need me.
Okay. So, let's go to the little store.
Take his pleasure and move on, you moonlight magpie, leaving you with a
We'll
little
buy
soldier
up
to
whatever
anyone.
good resources
They
we can
cannot
get.
raid us. Oh, a fair thought.
Good day.
Sell our crap.
Thank you for selling to me.
Alright.
I have use for this. I can use this. I have those if you want them.
So with the leather, so let's buy 100 each. That'll leave us with a little bit of money. Money doesn't seem to be a big issue in this game.
Smart to buy these. This is available for purchase.
And we'll buy whatever arrows we need. I'm not sure how many arrows I have, but I think it shows us.
A smart purchase. I can
Max
fetch this if you want.
capacity, Stock of 20.
A solid purchase. A smart purchase.
If there was a way that it would show us.
This is available for purchase. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
I must take my leave. So long.
Alright, well, let's go find Sigurd. I really debated on the riches thing, but you know what? I figured Ivor wanted to kill Kildfade more than he wanted to take what was his. He wouldn't betray his king, even though his king, in a way, could be considered betraying his people by bowing down to Harold. But the old man had his reasons, so it is what it is. Alright, let's see what Sigurd has to say.
Eivor, the wind favors us. We should set sail without delay.
You made quick work of packing. Well done.
The dream of new lands is a powerful lure.
As is the promise of glory. But the act of leaving so beloved a home, there's a sadness to it.
Having doubts?
No, not at all. The die is cast.
Then let fate guide our journey. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm ready. Let us take to the water and leave unbothered while we have the chance.
That chance is past. Look.
Fate flies on swifter wings than we.
King Harold's banner.
Alright, well, let's see what happens here. Is there to be a confrontation?
Sigurd, what is this assembly? What are you planning?
An exit, father. As graceful as I can. For if I cannot be king in the land of my birth, I will start a new saga. In England.
Nonsense. Your place is here, son, at my side. There will be other victories soon. Other glories.
My choice is made, father. Do not hope otherwise.
Styrbjorn Jarl. Our men were killed as we patrolled nearby. And the word is, Eivor swung the axe.
If the dead could speak, what would they say of their deaths, wolf-kissed?
They would tell you how they offered us insults, and how I slew them for it.
As the dead cannot defend themselves, a vergelt is wanted. 50 weight of silver for each life. By law.
50 weight?
You will have it from me. A parent must pay the price of his children's folly.
That was generous, Lord.
Why England? Why throw away all you have for such an uncertain future? Here you could be a king's hero, Eivor. Your name known all across Harold's many kingdoms.
No. I will not be captive to another man's gaudy design. My destiny is my own to weave.
It's for both of us, Father. You gambled your honor, and you lost your family. I hope the trade was worth it.
Anger and sadness wrestle for my heart, but I am glad you'll leave this place alive.
Man, they were tough on Steerboard. He seems a good man. Alright, we've boarded the ship. Oh, we gotta go over here. Alright, we'll sit down.
Ration your strength, dog. Ocean to cross. Sigurd, what's our course?
Sons of the coast. You set sail. Sing a song to live.
A mighty fuck. Speed us on our way.
An ocean lies before us, Eivor. A new kingdom awaits.
We mean to.
They will join ours. All of England know of Rain Clan. Glory and destiny to England! To England! For Valhalla!
Well, there we go. I guess the prologue is over. I guess all that's part of the prologue. Pretty cool. So, yeah, my understanding is we can come back. Okay. Who's that? Interesting.
Last coronal ejection of 2012, the strength of the Earth's magnetic factor of 50,000. Radiation around the poles, and as we soon
You would explain that.
This is weird. Huh. That must be Eivor. I'm trying to use the Odin site. Was anything else around here, was there? No. Alright, well, the obvious path is back to the house. I guess we'll talk to Sean. She has no... Oh, she can crouch, but that's it.
Oh, mint tea is not actually tea, Bex. It's an infusion. It's really just dirty. Good love.
Sorry about pulling you out. The generator was sputtering. That's fine.
How was the stream? Comfortable? Felt pretty stable after a while.
Just give me a sec and jump back in.
Another satellite came down. Did you see?
Abstergo.
That's it. Right.
Even when we win, we lose. Okay, well, set. Whenever you're ready.
You can jump back.
Okay, well, let's take a look at some of this stuff. Wow, there's all kinds of stuff going on in here. I think I code in there. That's crazy. Okay. It's weird. So in modern times, there's some kind of big tragedy going on with the Earth. And somehow, Eivor is the key? I don't get it. We're getting a big data dump here, basically.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Layla, thought you might be interested in this conversation that Max and I had with Desmond back in 2012. December, I think. Just candid talks, that's all. We didn't square any circles or write any beat poetry. But he did have some interesting insights into his time in the Animus and what it means to be an assassin. Anyway, have a listen. You might find you and he had similar experiences. So, well, let me know what you think. Unless it's to tell me I sound like a total prat in these recordings. If that's the case, just say nothing. I mean, I did have a slight cold at the time I recorded these. That's probably why I sound odd. Anyway, okay, I'm done anyway. So, turn off. Turn off. Oh, it's actually just a button. Sorry, here we go.
Okay, Sean's a bit of a whack.
No, come on, Sean. Turn that thing off.
Oh, hold on. I like what you said there. I want to get this for posterity. Say it again, nice and loud.
Seriously?
Sure, come on. If nothing else, it'll give me leverage with your old man.
Ah, that's your angle. Nice. What I said was, I wish I hadn't been born into the Assassins. I wish I had chosen this life. Is that enough?
Sure, but why is that?
Because choice is the central idea of our creed. It underpins everything, right? It's about free will. It's about seeing the evidence before you and saying, yes, this is what I want. Or, no, this isn't for me. But when you're born into a group like this, or any other, like I was, you get mixed signals. You get told over and over again, this is what we believe. These are the rules. This is reality. No deviation. And if you question it, oh, they look at you like you killed a puppy. That's hardly free will. It's a weird irony when free will is your central belief, but nobody wants you to believe otherwise. Self-destructive about our creed. If free will is the most important moral guidepost we have, we should be free to ignore it. To choose submission, for example. You know what I mean? Like, we should be free to side with the Templars. If it's really my choice, I could do that.
Right. Almost self-refuting. A democracy could democratically elect a dictator or choose to get rid of democracy altogether. Within our creed is the seed of its own destruction. What makes it powerful, I think. And fragile.
Right. The more freedom you have, the more risky it is, you know? Anyway, I didn't know it over the years, but he was strict when we lived on the farm. He ran a tight ship. I never got the impression that I was free to choose my path forward. Our creed, our tenets, they were drilled into my head. By the time I was a teenager, I was following these rules out of a sense of duty. This was just what we did.
That happens to a lot of organizations. The stagnation sets in, you know? The fundamentalism.
Yeah. Following the rules becomes more important than achieving whatever goal you set out for yourself. And people start to lose sight of the reason the rules exist.
That's called deontology, or a form of it. Following a rule for its own sake and not for the consequences it has.
Yeah, but that feels backwards, doesn't it?
Well, I think so. Following a rule is the easy part. Praying, taking a sip of wine, munching on a wafer. Rituals that...
But that's just going through the motions. It makes people feel like they're doing something. When the hard work is actually getting off your ass and doing something productive. I think people just want boundaries. Tight boundaries. They don't see the four walls that pen them in.
I don't disagree.
Anything outside that, anything that makes life more complex, that's scary. That's why I envy you. You chose this life. You went through that process and you decided, yes, I believe in this.
Sure. It didn't stop me from being an insufferable know-it-all as a teenager, but I see your point.
I would have loved to have been a know-it-all. I knew nothing. Not until you guys found me. Yeah. It wasn't until I met you, and Bex, and Lucy that I knew. I knew I wanted to be an assassin.
Oh, thanks, Des. Come here. Bring it in, bud. I don't normally like touching, but I'll make an exception now.
I am not hugging you.
You sure? Because I smell very nice today.
Can you just turn that off?
Hold on, I'll just set this here.
Do you guys record everything we talk about?
Not everything, but you've been using the Animus so much, I thought this was a good chance to learn some things about prolonged exposure.
So I'm your guinea pig?
No, my guinea pigs are all dead. The Animus was too much for them to handle.
Cute.
Can I ask you about the bleeding effect? Any recent flashes? Any memories resurfacing?
Yeah, the usual things. Ghost images of Altair and Ezio a few times a day. Nothing intrusive, just brief moments. They pass quickly, almost without me noticing. Like a figure in the corner of my eye. Or remembering a dream from the night before. I did have one extended hallucination a few days ago. It was Ezio. He was older, around the time he left Cappadocia. He was standing on the deck of a ship, alone. And through him, I could feel an intense regret or guilt. And it felt to me like he'd had a loss of faith in himself, in the creed, like he couldn't keep it up, couldn't stay true to his ideals. And as I watched him, I thought, is this the moment he decided he was done being an assassin? It felt like it. Anyway, most of my visions have been brief, lasting just a few seconds. Complete memories of small moments that appear suddenly out of nowhere, fully formed. It's a strange feeling.
Okay, anything else?
I'm starting to see Connor now, too. Though I hear his voice more often than I see him. I'm sure that will change. Oh, yeah, and yesterday, just before bed, I had a memory of being on a beach in the Caribbean with a bunch of sailors. Or maybe they were pirates. I don't know. No idea.
Huh, we'll look into that. How do you feel in general?
In general? Well, I feel older, for one. Much older. And it's strangely comforting. I'm collecting the memories and skills and thoughts of so many people. I feel like I've lived a few hundred years or more. Is it possible that if I do this for too long, I'll push my own memories aside? That I'll be everyone but myself after a while?
It's possible. That's called identity substitution. It's happened before, but it's rare. And someone with your background shouldn't need to worry.
My background? You mean someone with my genes? My abilities?
You have E-suit DNA, and that lets you see things and do things and withstand traumas that other people can't.
And I can suffer in ways that others can't. That's not something to be proud of.
You mean the apple?
Yeah. It has a pull, Bex. It tugs at my brain. It talks to me. Teases me. Drives me mad. And what I did to Lucy. God damn it. Nothing is worth the damage I did. The pain I caused.
I know. But you're special. That's the point.
I'm not special, Bex. I'm lucky. That's all.
I understand.
We're assassins. It's our creed that's different, not our genes, not our blood. anyone can join us.
It's true. But let's leave that aside for a second. What I want to know is, have you ever had any Isu memories resurface?
Isu memories? I don't think so. I can't even begin to imagine what that would feel like.
I think you'd know if you did. Maybe one day. We might be able to induce something.
Jesus, let's fix the world first, okay? Before we start digging up my ancient ancestors. With my luck, I'll be related to some third-rate Isu like Sisyphus or something. Hey, you gotta.
Okay. So I believe a lot of that's related to the older Assassin's Creed games. I know. Oh my god. There's so much. Yeah, it's definitely referring to the old games. I know, like, the name Enzio and stuff like that are from the, I think, the original Assassin's Creed games. I pray you can read all this. This is just ridiculous. Well, that's that staff we have. Nice stuff. Pictures. Okay. Secure share. Locked. Trash. File corrupted. Alright, well, let's log out.
In half a minute.
Remember, please water the plants. Yeah, I won't remember that. To water the plants while I'm under, okay?
I can't promise it won't. I barely understand it myself.
It felt like fighting over one brain.
Got this Vikings DNA sample that feels dense, noisy.
Staff? Interfering somehow?
How do you mean?
Aches, my temper.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I believe. Yes. Oh, there's a picture.
Quite nice. Soothing.
Hello, Layla.
Sean, what do you make of the grave out there?
Well, it overturns a few hundred years of scholarship about the first Europeans to set foot in North America. Apart from that, it's just a bunch of muddy bones, isn't it? You know, mess with you.
Sean, what happened last year? I had no control over that.
You want to work with us and get to the bottom of why the world is about to end for the second years.
then you wear that thing until we say otherwise. William's orders. Just until we figure it out.
All right. So is that everything now? The laptop's prompting us again. Did something else come in? I guess not. Oh wait, what do we got here? Okay. I guess we're heading back. So I guess her mind is somehow tied to Ivor's.
Norway to England takes about a week by long ship, so I'll scrub it. Layla, you okay?
Sorry. Can you play the message again?
Okay.
I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that message to a North grave in North America. Those bones out there are the only lead we have. Our only chance at fixing the planet before it's too late.
Here it is.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. In my dreams, I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf kiss. Find the mad one. Find me.
Follow the message. Are you sure it's just coordinates? Nothing else?
Nothing I can find.
Here.
All right. Heading back to Eivor. And here we are in England.
England. Not a pass Norway, but we'll make this
Saxon territory. The kingdom of Mercia, largely unpacified. The will be eyes watching us, bows drawn and traps set. Round three, no horse, all stand.
lead when
You all on your way. We will see you
some fairy folk have been corrupt. Scoff at our visit. The 4 kingdoms of England have settled on one. The rest is fighting. We need to join their army. Now, we will speak with them. Gather the males and part this country as we see fit. What
and make wishes. Like our sacrifices to Odin, the one
We see in these Saxons, they must think the same of us. Across clean.
Christians really so unfamiliar to you.
No, I simply forgot. Conversation.
Breaking a sweat. And marching the way of treasure. Oh! Up jewels to their house. There will be a fortune there.
Later, Dad. There will be
This is interesting.
Way forward is I'll be right behind you.
You stay here. I want you defending the ship.
Will keep your sharp axe at
Something like that.
All right, so with that, we're going to end this episode of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. And also, don't forget to leave a comment and a like on the video. Let me know what you think of it. And this was kind of a draw one. I mean, it was mainly exposition and learning, a lot of reading and all that. I know I flipped through those kind of quick, but quite honestly, get a little impatient for that stuff. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Don't forget to share us on social media. And I'll see you in Valhalla.